Good morning. Yes, that's right. It's the weekend, folks. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Great edition today. We got good topics. I hope you got a pen and paper. I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy this show today. Pretend like you're having coffee with me in a coffee shop. Get your smartphone together. Get your notepad or whatever you need because we got so much to talk about today. I'm going to give you a rundown of some of the topics so you know. What's the best flooring to increase your home value? Carpet, hardwood, linoleum? What do you think it is? We're going to be talking about it. Lawn care myths that you need to stop believing. Like, do you need to water your lawn every day, at night, mornings, sideways, whatever. Here's a good one. Top 10 home remodeling don'ts. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that one. That's from tips amongst the contractors that I've talked to in the past. Home maintenance myths that you thought you knew sooner, which is similar to the lawn care myths. When you're not home, should you turn the air conditioner off? Does that save energy? And then I've got what I wish I knew before I renovated. That's right. It's interesting. I've seen a pattern where if I've met people who I don't know, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm in the home improvement business. I give people advice on hiring contractors and finding the right contractors and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, my God, I wish I knew you then. So now we're going to try and be proactive and say, hey, before you hire a contractor, here's what we want to tell you and give you a heads up on. And, of course, I've got really good guests today. And, by the way, don't forget, it's Shout Out Saturday. So if you're a contractor, you're an essential worker, things like that. Yes, Bubba, it's not me singing the jingle. However, it could be somebody. But it's Shout Out Saturday. So text me, 248-539-9797. If you have a question that Google can't answer, I'm here to answer it for you, especially in the home improvement realm. I also want to let you know that we got a seminar coming up on Wednesday through the Better Business Bureau that I'm going to be spearheading with the CEO of the BBB to talk about hiring contractors. And it's for the public. It's for homeowners who are thinking about finding contractors or are frustrated, so you need tips. It'll be Wednesday. It's a webinar. You log on and through your computer, and it'll be fun. We're going to have a great time. Like, literally, we're going to have a really good time. So I want you to know that. And, of course, you have any questions, issues, concerns, you can always visit hireitdone.com. And we are rocking it today. That is definitely the way it has to be. So what's the best flooring for increasing your home value? Think about that, friends. What do you think it is? Well, I'm going to give you a few items to talk about and think about. So what is the right flooring increasing? Any flooring will increase the value if it's new, right? Kathy Buchanan from Independent Floor. She knows all about this. And she says flooring matters tremendously when selling a home. Of course it does. But does the right flooring increase your home's value? And of course, we want to say yes. So what are some of the floorings that work? Well, let's just go over a couple of them that we all know for sure, right? Wood flooring. When it comes to increasing your home's value with new flooring, wood is your best option. According to real estate experts, the average return on investment for installing hardwood floors is about 70 to 80%. And wood floors can boost the sales price of your home as much as 2.5%. This is from Realtor.com. So think about that for a second. If you got a $300,000 house and you got new hardwood floors, 2.5% is what? $7,500. You can increase the value of your house by that much. How about tile flooring? If wood is king, tile is queen, and in some cases increases your home value as much as wood flooring. That's interesting. Tile works well where? Bathrooms, of course. Kitchens, How about foyers or I'm not good in bedrooms. Basement floors for sure. But here's the bottom line on flooring for everyone out there. When it comes to increasing your home's value with new flooring, whether it's carpet, linoleum, luxury vinyl tile, the key here for everyone is to keep it consistent. And if you have a house that has really crappy flooring, is that going to not let you sell your home? Well, that's the key. Of course, you want to have the floors to look clean or cleanable. So, anyways, wanted you to know, wanted you to understand that about flooring. And we have some really, really good flooring companies for hire done, which obviously you all know. Independent Carpet One is one of our carpeting flooring companies. Kathy Buchanan's our client, and literally, they're in Westland on Wayne Road. If you need floors, and by the way, their showroom is rock solid, amazing. So it's definitely worth taking a look at if you need help. But all right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when I come back, oh my God, I got so much to talk about. What I wish I knew before I renovated. That's the next topic. My name's Adam Helfman. 248-539-9797. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Great Saturday morning. 248-539-9797. Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions is a trusted leader in high-quality, cost-effective services and equipment throughout of all Southeast Michigan, with locations in Livingston and Oakland counties. New location now open in Howell. Whether you have city water, well water, doesn't even matter. Beauchamp's is going to solve your hard, smelly, and rusty water issues and keep your water safe from lead, PFAS, and other contaminants. You know, we really haven't talked about it, but water quality is a big, huge issue coming up. And literally, whether you have city water or not, you should absolutely get it tested. So Beauchamp's Water Treatment Solutions, they will test your water for free. And every Saturday, which is today, you can save on all your water treatment supplies at Beauchamp's famous Salt Sale Saturdays. Stop by Waterford, Heartland, or Howell, or visit BeauchampWater.com. Trust me when I tell you, that's going to be our next crisis, water. You might as well have it so that you have clean water. It's going to be more valuable than gold or crypto water. Anyways, BeauchampWater.com. So if you have a question this morning, I'd love to hear from you. We can absolutely get you the answer. And if you're a contractor, you want a shout out, love to help you out. It's shout out Saturdays, as you know. 248-539-9797. Always a good thing. Always fun. But what do you wish you knew before you renovated? Think about that for a second. Literally, is there something that you need to do besides when you renovate? Like people spend time planning a Disney vacation for like a 4-day weekend, and they spend a lot of time. In fact, they spend more time doing that than they do how would I say, a $50,000 kitchen. So if you think about that, it's definitely something that you can do. So here's the thing. If you were the type of person who like to plan your renovation, or if you were like someone who hasn't done a renovation yet, then you need to understand there's a few things you need to, here's some advice basically, right? Assume nothing. Literally assume nothing. You think it's obvious that refinishing the floors would include a little strip of the opposite side of the stair railing, but your floor installer may disagree. Think about that. Shoe molding, trim moldings, hardwood floors, you know, there's all kinds of accessories around steps and staircases and things like that. So how do you know? So that's something about renovations. What about crowdsourcing design decisions in your Instagram stories? In fact, what is it with people that love, you know, the only one who see themselves on Instagram? They put their face on everything. They're only worried about how they look. You ever notice that? Yeah. That's what happened, in case you want to know. So that's the other thing, because you're going to get people giving you their opinion, and you're going to triple guess everything. Most project will cost more than you expect. That is a guarantee. Okay? I like to point out that after redoing a kitchen, you should literally think about putting a budget together, right? And here's what I'm saying. A budget should be real. Call a real contractor and just say, listen, I want to remodel my kitchen. I know you're busy. I want to plan for it properly. But before I plan for it, I need a pro to come out here and tell me if it's feasible. Now, if a contractor says to you, okay, I can come out, but we can't start for 6 months, you could be like, okay, that's perfect timing. Sounds good. Or contractor may say, you know what, we're so busy, we can't, if we come out now, we're going to have to charge you. That's a little iffy. So if a contractor says he's going to charge you to come out, you need to say to him, hey, if I use you, if I pay you to come out and then I use you, do I get credit back for using you? Let's say he charges you $500 to come out. You got to first tell him what is included in for $500. What are you going to give me for $500? And then if you think it's worth it, then you say to him, hey, listen, if I end up hiring you, do I get the $500 off the job? That's what you need to know, right? So getting a budget. When you budget for contractors, get your quote from local contractors. Don't get it from home makeover TV shows. That's a certain situation that you need to make sure you know about. And I'm saying that because if you watch HGTV or one of these shows, you can know that it's fuzzy math. That's what I call it, fuzzy math. When you have a contractor come to your house, ask for an estimate, not a textimate. Right? Here's a story. Andrew, who's in sales, and I'm reading this from an article I read. He knows the importance of written estimates. His wife assumed that texts counted when they were redoing their deck in Austin. I thought we'd be okay, she says. Famous last words. The foreman for a demo crew gave her an estimate via text. On the day of the work, the company asked for $1,000 more. While the couple ultimately didn't pay it, the rest of the day was tense between them and the workers. Yeah, so a professional contractor should never put a homeowner in that spot, right? That's important to know. Should never. And it's very uncomfortable. Now we have the same process today with prices that are increasing. If you're a homeowner and a contractor comes to you and says, "Oh my God, we need more money because we didn't plan on you." What do I say? We didn't plan on you. We didn't plan on the. Well, I'm losing words today. We didn't plan on the prices going up. Well, guess what? Shame on the contractor, and the homeowner shouldn't have to pay. Now, if there's a clause in the contract that says differently, then you've got a right to figure this out. So it's a serious situation there. Now, when it comes to the crew, is a general contractor better than a individual installer? It always depends on. That depends on the type of work and the scope of work and how much work, right? So think about it this way. If you have a mud room, remodel a laundry room, a kitchen, whatever, some people want to just parcel it out to pros. I'll hire a couple guys demo. I'll hire a couple guys to do the framing, right? Here's the other things. Homeowner once parceled out projects to the pros affiliated with a big box store. When she thought the supplies, and then she found out that the workers often couldn't problem solve. That's what I say. When I say problem solve, I say that about our contractors. Hire it done contractors have to be solution minded. Okay? When the tile installer decided that the floor wasn't level, he just simply left. A design build contractor or general contractor knows how to troubleshoot or coordinate. They coordinate the tradesmen. That's what it is. Carpenters level the floor. Tilers get the tile done on a level floor. That's how we do this. All right, we're going to have some heating and cooling tips when we come back. My name's Adam Helfman, 248-539-9797. Shout out Saturday. Love to hear from you. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is High Right Down. My name's Adam Helfman. We have a great Saturday planned. Weather's going to be decent today. Rain, maybe clouds. It rained last night. Yesterday was crazy, but looks like today's going to be sunny, a little bit of clouds, and then rain late this afternoon. But we've had some heat. We've had some good weather, which means you've turned on your air conditioning for the first time. I'm thinking, assuming. If you have, or you want to get some AC tips, spring tune-up, let's talk about it right now. Joining me on the Hire It Done radio show is Gary Shelley from Running Right Heating and Cooling. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
Doing great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Gary, wanted to ask you, this past week we had super hot weather, and from being all the years in the heating and cooling business, that that people who turn their air conditioning on for the first time, especially when it hits 80, that's when it's the trigger for the phones to blow up and ring off the hook at your place. Is that safe to say that this happened this past week?
Yeah, it's been going crazy because a lot of people turn them on and find out they're not doing what they should be doing, or they just need.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
Good morning. It's Adam. How are you?
How you doing, Adam?
Good. By accident, we cut off Gary. He's going to call back.
Okay.
But he was just about talking about whatchamacallit. Hopefully he'll figure out to call back. Here he is again. So, Ron, real quick, introduce yourself to the Hire It Done audience. Let everyone know about Running Right, what you guys do, where you're at. And then when Gary gets back on, we'll talk about the air conditioning tune-ups.
All right. I'm Ron Garmo. I'm actually the owner of Running Right Heating and Cooling. We're in Livonia. We're a mid-sized company. We have about 14 employees, and we do residential and commercial HVAC. And we try to make everybody as happy as possible and cool as possible right now.
That's the best part. So, Gary, you there?
Yep, I'm back.
Sorry, Gary. When we were trying to patch Ron in, we had by accident we hung up on you. It's not that we don't like you, Gary, because we do love you.
All right. Okay.
So for everyone out there listening, we got Gary Shelley and Ron Garmo from Running Right out of Livonia. They're one of the Hire It Done pre-screen contractors for heating and cooling. It's air conditioning season. Everybody has been turning the AC on. And, of course, that's the trigger. When everyone turns it on, that's when everything breaks. So I'm sure you guys got inundated with heating and cooling calls, air conditioning tune-ups. Gary, you were about to say that, people are coming out. So if somebody wants to get their air conditioner tuned up or they want to make sure it's in working order, what's the right steps today and this season for regular homeowners?
Well, obviously, you want a professional to look at it to make sure the refrigerant levels are good and the unit's clean and working to its full potential in this 90-plus weather that you get, especially with the high humidity. These units are working very hard, and they need all the help they can get by keeping them clean, making sure the refrigerant level's good, and they're in tip-top shape.
Which is perfect. So if someone wants to get an AC tune-up, they call Running Right. What's the phone number?
We're at 248-884-1704. 248-884-1704.
Perfect. And so, you guys, it's real simple to do an AC tune-up. If they call you this week, can you guys get out there in a few days, or are you booked up?
We're about several days out right now, but the weather's going to level off here a little bit, so it'll give us a chance to catch up again. But it'll be back before you know it, so it's a good time in between the 90-plus weather to get the tune-up taken care of, or making sure that everything's working right with it.
Which is important. So let's explain to everybody who has air conditioning in their house that has a forced air furnace and then they have an air conditioning unit on the outside of their house, because a lot of people don't realize how that even works. So if we can do a USA Today version of an explanation of what the furnace in the house does and how it talks to the air conditioner outside, so that people know how it cools your air. Because I don't think people, I've had people ask me, well, what does the outside unit do? Is that where the cold air comes? Can you basically explain that for the listeners?
You want to go for it, Gary, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll take it. Actually, what you're doing is you're removing the heat from the house. So what happens is when the airflow goes through the furnace, there's an evaporator coil in there, which is much like a radiator, and it's absorbing the heat as it's passing over that, and then that's transferred outside. And then when you feel that hot air coming out of the top of the air conditioner, that's what was actually in the house, and it's removed it and sent it outside. So you're moving that hot air with the refrigerant that's traveling. It's carrying the heat out, and then when you feel that hot air there outside, that's what was in the house, and it's just a constant cycle. Hot air comes back in through the walls and windows and whatnot, and then we just remove it and send it back outside again.
Interesting. So that's the science behind it. Well, that's cool. So, as we knock out a few items here, like homeowners who have an air conditioner outside and they see that pipe that going into the house and they see ice build up on the pipe, what usually causes that?
Go ahead, Ron.
What happens is usually it's a lack of refrigerant, or it could be a lack of airflow from your furnace. And a clean filter could eliminate that ice, but a dirty filter could actually make the ice build up. And you do not want to see ice. What's happening is either you're low on refrigerant or you have lack of airflow. And a lot of people will give us a call then, but it's you have to melt that ice down. Then your system can work right, but it's usually you're going to need a service call on that.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Now, if there's a little bit of a pinhole leak too, can that cause the ice up on the condensate line?
Oh yeah, that'll make refrigerant less in your system. And what happens when refrigerant, it works just like the temperature outside. We design your system so it's about 40 to 45 degrees. And as soon as you start letting refrigerant out, it's going to start dropping down to in the 30s, in the 20s, and that's where your ice starts building up because your pressures aren't the right way. And when you lose refrigerant, that's what happens. Your pressures keep on going down.
Makes sense to me. So a lot of times homeowners say, oh, I got a air conditioner outside, 3.5 ton, 3 ton, 2.5 ton. And they don't even know what that means. And then they also say, well, I got some kind of SEER rating. Can we explain that to the audience?
Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, the size of the air conditioner, which is rated in tons, is one issue. That's size to the size of the house. The SEER rating is the efficiency rating, which is rated by how much cooling that unit will put out in relation to how much electricity it uses. Those two things really have nothing to do with each other than the fact that each unit has its own rating. You want to make sure you have the proper size unit for the house, because in any heating cooling system, bigger is not better. Too small is not good either, but you got to have the right size unit. And the SEER rating is based on how much electricity that you're going to use when that unit's running.
Okay, well, that's fair. So let me ask you this. So if somebody wants to save energy, they have an older air conditioning unit, is there a formula or a methodology, Gary or Ron, that you guys use to make the decision for the homeowner and say, look, you have your air conditioner is 20 years old. It's not efficient.
8 to 10 SEER, yeah. And right now the minimum we can sell is a 13 SEER, and you can get all the way up to 22 SEER. But do you recommend? Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What do you recommend for somebody right now? Like, what's for a house today, an average home? What air conditioner do you recommend if they have to upgrade?
Well, the SEER
go ahead, Gary.
Now, the SEER ratings we recommend now are 13 to 16 usually for our area, and there's a lot of factors in it. The size of the home, because a higher SEER rating for a bigger home is going to save more money. How long you might be in the house to see if you want to invest in a higher SEER rating for your payback on it. But like Ron was saying, the minimum is 13 now, and a lot of these old ones we're taking out are in the 8, 9 SEER rating. So anything you buy today is going to be much more efficient than an older one. But then we can upgrade from there if it makes sense for you to do it for your home.
Okay, great. We're talking with Gary Shelley and Ron Garmo from Running Right Heating and Cooling out of Livonia. The phone number is 248-884-1704 if you want to call. We're going to keep you guys on hold. I want to talk about brands and smart stuff, thermostats, and everything that combines to make your heating and cooling more efficient when we come back. Okay, so keep you guys locked in. We'll be right back, folks. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We're talking heating and cooling, the do's and don'ts. We've got Ron Garmo and Gary Shelley from Running Right Heating and Cooling out of Livonia. Super professional, super high quality company. The contractors, they're on Hire It Done. The homeowners who use them rave about them as far as customer service and quality. Every time Gary goes out to a house and gives a homeowner a quote or a bid, the response we get at Hire It Done is the most professional guy out there. So congratulations to you guys. So Gary, let me ask you a question. When you got heating and cooling right now, if someone needs a new air conditioner, and they call you guys up, are you going to give them an option like a good, better, best? Is there a recommended brand that you like that has better quality? What is the path that homeowners need to go on when they call you guys?
Well, typically I would be the one going out for the residential estimates, and obviously I have to look the system over, see what their needs are, and see if we were looking at upgrading equipment. I ask things like how long they may be in the house for their usage, and checking the furnace out. Even if it may just be the air conditioner, we need to take a look at the furnace and see how old it is and see if it's going to work well on a new air conditioner. And those are some of the options that I give them to maybe even upgrade the complete system if needed at that time too.
Well, that makes perfect sense. So, if they want to do, can someone? Is it better to say if they save money if they could buy a new furnace and AC when you combine them?
Yeah, if we do a complete installation, there's many advantages to that. It's not only less expensive to do it at that time as opposed to doing it separate times, but when you put the systems in together and you match the equipment to the air conditioner and the furnace together, the way the engineers designed it to be, you get a much better efficiency out of it. So it's very important with any equipment that if you're matching it, that gets your efficiency level up to the top of what the engineers had designed it for. And obviously a proper installation is the key to it also.
So if someone's equipment's 20 years old, but it's still working, do you recommend, because it's the efficiency, the energy use today, especially with DTE announcing during the daytime, it's 50% more they're charging, some crazy number. Do you recommend upgrading to a more efficient unit?
Yeah, there's some advantages to that too, because of the fact that there are some utility rebates available to upgrade the equipment to the more efficient equipment, which obviously you get the rebates, and then you're also going to get your utility bills are going to be much better than they are with the older equipment.
Which makes I understand that. Okay, so does technology impact? You know how we always say get a digital thermostat. If someone's going to upgrade, when they buy something like a new furnace from you or a new air conditioner, do you always recommend a new thermostat as well?
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I would recommend a new thermostat. With technology nowadays, there's Wi-Fi thermostats. You could actually control your thermostat by your phone, and it's the old technology is good, but the new stuff is just far superior. It just makes you more comfortable from set points, easier programming, all of that stuff. That's why we would actually recommend a new thermostat. Thermostats is we put a lot of them in just for even old system because they're just so easy for people to control now.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Control it from your phone, control it from your house. So what brands of furnaces do you guys sell?
On the residential line, we use the Rude line and the Goodman line are the two. Our Rude's our main line, and then we use the Goodman also.
Okay, so is a furnace, if it's installed properly, the best way to go? Depending on, it doesn't matter the brand, but as long as it's installed right, that makes a big difference. Correct?
Oh yeah,
as you always say, Adam, the best furnace is the one that's installed properly, right? So
it's true.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's one of the reasons why I asked you guys, because again, I tell homeowners, look, every furnace company out there is going to have a great furnace, but if it's installed wrong, it's worthless. So it's more important that you have the right company, staff, technicians owner's culture installing your furnace, because that will make the difference. If there's a problem, you guys are going to come out and fix it. That's why Running Right is so good and has such great reviews, is because you guys not only stand behind your product, but when you do the install, you make sure you're not just going to shoehorn a new furnace in there. You're going to make sure it does it the right way.
That is correct.
And that's what, for me at least, that's what I always, want to have that done the right way. So here's another thing. I know labor has been crazy. I tell everybody I know that has kids, if you have a high schooler, summer employees, someone who wants to learn some of the trades, you can make a great living learning the heating and cooling business. And by the way, these are jobs that never will slow down. Are you guys hiring? You guys training? What's going on over there at Running? Because I know you're growing.
Yes, we're hiring and training. Even if high school students that just graduated want to come and start learning the field, we're gladly train anybody right now. There's such a demand for us right now that we could actually hire about 5-6 new people if we wanted to.
Well, that's fantastic. So you got to have obviously a valid driver's license, and you got to pass a drug test, I would assume.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's fine, and that's good. So where do you see the growth, Ron, in the heating and cooling business? Is it new furnaces, new air conditioners? Is it more repair? Where are we seeing the growth? Because again, every house that's built around here, majority have a forced air furnace. What's the future look like?
The future looks like is IEQ products, and what it is about the air quality inside the house, and that's what a lot of the manufacturers are striving for that, just to clean the air, just like the coronavirus. We could actually kill coronaviruses that's in your house with some of the equipment that we're selling now. And there's just so much equipment out there that if somebody had any issues, we could actually take care of their needs too, with just by putting stuff on their furnace that kill from germs to from anything.
So here's the thing. I know that the air inside your house is 5 to 10 times dirtier than the outside air. And now that we've had this pandemic and everyone was stuck inside breathing the air quality has always been an issue. Now it's been hyperbolized, and everyone now is like more sensitive to it. So with that being said, if someone says, okay, I need Running Right to come out to my house and I want to COVID proof it or prevent COVID, prevent air quality issues, what you guys obviously come out, clean the furnace, change the air filters, but you have extra products now that you can add, and that will prevent, like you said, the UV lights. What are the products that you guys are selling that actually are helping people with air quality?
Go ahead, Gare.
Obviously, the air cleaning portion of it, electronic air cleaning, the UV lights are a big thing, and the other thing that's very important with a house, too, because a lot of the newer homes are sealed up very tight and there's not a lot of fresh air coming in. Air exchanges in the house, bringing fresh air in from the outside is very important also. So we have products that will also do that to make sure that we get some the stale air out of the house and get fresh air inside, which is very important right now, too.
Well, that's fabulous. So let's say someone has a furnace a few years old, but they really want to up the air quality. They want to do a better air filter, and they want to do a UV light. You guys can come out there and handle that for them?
Absolutely.
Yes,
we have several options on those, yes.
All right, well, perfect. So Running Right Heating and Cooling, Gary, Shelley, and Ron Garmo, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on today. We'll have live guests in studio beginning of the month, so guess what? You guys will be here right when that happens, too, because it's so much easier when you're in the studio.
All right.
Appreciate you guys calling in. And if someone calls today for an appointment, you guys are open, right? Or you'll answer the phones, right?
Oh, yes.
All right. 248-884-1704, Running Right Heating and Cooling. Thanks for calling in, guys. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about everything barbecue for Father's Day. My name is Adam Helfman, and this is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Plus, the other issues that we have to talk about is we have a webinar with Better Business Bureau coming up, which is Wednesday. We're going to promote that as well, but seriously, how about barbecue for Dad? How about Father's Day gifts? How about getting the house ready? I'm excited because I'm like a foodie, as everyone knows on this show, right? So we just want to make sure that you're ready for Father's Day, and we're going to rock it out at 8:30. But coming up next, we've got the webinar discussion with Melanie from the Better Business Bureau. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Good morning. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Start of a great hour. 248-539-9797. You're a contractor, essential worker. Today's shout out Saturday. Plus, if you have a question that Google can't answer, I'm here for you. Email me, text me. We're here today. Joining me on the phone right now is a good friend and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Southeastern Michigan. Melanie Ducanel, you there?
Hey, Adam. How are you? Good morning.
I'm so good, Melanie. I don't know what to do with myself.
As always, my friend, as always.
Exactly. Well, I want to thank you, first of all, for getting up early to come on the show, so we appreciate that. But you and I have some fun coming up this Wednesday.
Yes, we do.
Let's tell the audience what we got going on.
So for all of our consumers and probably for some of our businesses, so just in case they need to have a few more tips on how business is done well, we're having a webinar online where you can listen to what to do and what not to do when hiring a contractor. So Adam is going to be our information expert, as he always is, and it is Wednesday at 10 a.m., and if you go to our website, bbb.org/Detroit, you can log in and sign up there. And if you have any problems, we can also guide you through it. Our phone number is 248-223-9400.
That's amazing. So the ins and outs of home improvement. So if anyone out there is thinking about hiring a contractor, if you want to learn a little bit more about post-COVID hiring contractors, do's, don'ts, what you should do, what you don't do, Melanie and I are going to host this webinar. It's this Wednesday, June 16th at 10 a.m. We'll go for about an hour, you think, Melanie?
Yeah, about an hour. And if you want to hang around longer, I'm sure we could go longer. But no, an hour is probably a good time. We're all kind of busy, and I don't know if anybody wants to listen to us drone on for an hour. So.
Yeah,
but,
God forbid, right?
But no, what we're really trying to share is that post-COVID, contractors are bidding out for September right now. And so many people are thinking, oh, well, it's just, the beginning of summer. I can get my project in. There's a real strong chance you might not. So as your tips indicated at the beginning of the show, getting into it first and getting on the calendar now is imperative.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Smart homeowners who are planning ahead of time are the ones that already have it locked in. If you're thinking about any kind of landscaping or any kind of deck or any outdoor living this year, you're going to be waiting through the fall, if that. So,
well, and it's not even outdoor living. Think about basement repair. Think about your roof. Think about those kind of things that are more necessary to the integrity of your home. You need to get that going like yesterday.
It's funny you should say that because we had a really bad rainstorm yesterday. And
yes, we did.
We know that once it rains like that, two things happen. About 24 to 48 hours after the rain, which is today, tomorrow, and Monday, the basement foundation companies are going to get a ton of calls. So like EverDry, he'll be getting a bunch of calls on Monday. And all of our roofers who have, people said, oh, my roof's leaking because of the pouring rains. We know that, if it's an emergency, most contractors can handle it and go out there. But we still need to teach the people the questions to ask. Is that right?
Exactly. And that's what the whole webinar is all about.
We don't want that. So let's talk about the BBB for a minute.
Sure.
The Better Business Bureau of Southeast Michigan is a very, very important organization for consumers and businesses in Metro Detroit. Can we just give everyone who's listening the brief rundown of the BBB today as opposed to what they used to think it is?
So we are not Grandma's Complaint Bureau in and of itself. We do dispute resolution. But if a business were to look at it from the perspective of a complaint is an opportunity to look like a superhero, you're changing the dynamic. We are more of a business reputation management partner. We really want, when and if that complaint should ever come in, we want you to be responsive. We want you to work through it. But we don't expect you to completely give up everything to the customer. Because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes customers are crazy. But also, I have to say, sometimes businesses are crazy. So we're trying to get everybody toward the middle to some basic resolution. Again, we're not giving away the farm. We're just looking at how can we get to some basic solution and move on.
It's very, very smart to say that. And that's what the thing is. Because look, today, if a homeowner decides, oh my God, I'm really mad at this contractor, I'm really mad, the power of the keyboard has been amplified in the past 10 years, let's just say.
It has, and to a fault, actually. It is really easy to vent on a keyboard rather than addressing the situation face-to-face or even phone call to phone call. When you do that, you give that business owner the opportunity to make a change, to redirect. When you don't do that, when you just spit and grumble and growl on a keyboard in your Google reviews or Yelp reviews or whatever, you're not providing a solution to that business owner. You really owe it to them. You really do. You owe it to the business owner who has come in good faith to try to resolve your issues and meet your expectations. So give them also the opportunity to make a solution to maybe a problem that popped up.
That's important, and that's really, really good advice. We're going to take a quick break, Melanie. I want to keep you around because when we come back, I want to talk about, if you're a business owner and you're listening, why the Better Business Bureau is more important to be a member today than ever before in history. So keep it locked in. We'll be right back, folks. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Melanie Ducanal, the CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Southeastern Michigan. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Great Saturday morning so far. A little cloudy today, but still a great day to be, snow is the way I look at it. We've got Melanie Ducanel from the Better Business Bureau back on the line. You there, Melanie?
I am. How are you?
Like I said earlier, we're so good today. I'm just loving life.
Yep.
So we have a webinar for anyone out there thinking about hiring a contractor and you just want to learn a little bit more. Melanie and I are hosting a webinar on Wednesday, June 16th at 10 a.m. You can just log on from your smartphone or your computer, and you can hear her and I talk about the ins and outs of home improvement. That's the best way to say it, right, Melanie?
It is absolutely dead on.
So go to how do we register for that? Go to the bbb.org, Southfield?
/Detroit.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
/Detroit.
Yeah.
And, or if you want to just give us a call at 248-223-9400, we'll walk you through the process on how to get registered.
That'll be perfect. And so, again, what we're going to talk about is if you're hiring a contractor, what to expect, the questions to ask, what to get in writing, what to get that's included, what's not included, everything around the home improvement topics, in especially proper planning and how to avoid being taken advantage of.
Exactly. Especially, right now we're seeing an increase in door-to-door sales solicitations. And some people may have thought, well, maybe I want to do that. But today, because of the rain, because some places got hail, there's going to be door-to-door solicitations for roofs. And they're going to say, hey, I can see you have hail damage. Most people are not climbing on the roofs this morning to figure that out. So don't trust them. Have them give you verified proof that it's your roof and it's that damage, because we don't want you to get scammed. But the whole point of the webinar is to make sure that you understand what you're about to get involved in and how to protect yourself.
Exactly. And that's great advice. It's funny, door-to-door salespeople. I actually thought for a while there that, it's like when we were little, someone would ring the door, we'd run to the door to answer the door. Or
absolutely,
we get a phone call, we'd run to the phone. Now, if someone's ringing my doorbell and I'm at home, I'm like, who's at the door? Oh my God, someone's, or the phone rings and I'm like, uh-oh, someone's calling. Is it political season? Is it my warranty expired in my car? What's going on here? So like the roles have flipped a little. So if someone's coming to your door telling you that you're going to need a new roof, or they're going to try and get you to say, hey, we're in the neighborhood, it's a very difficult line to straddle, I guess, is the best way to say it.
Well, and you really need to be suspicious because, one, you didn't ask them to come to your house. Two, why would they just be roaming the neighborhood? So another one of the scams that they use that we're in the neighborhood is the asphalt ceiling companies.
Oh, yeah, watch out.
Hey, I have a little bit of product in my truck. If I come back, my boss is going to be mad. It's a total scam. I'm sorry. There's no reputable asphalt company that does that. If you want your driveway done, by all means, give them a call. They'll come through. They'll give you a quote. They're not going to be high pressure. They're not going to try to guilt you into it, so you could save the person's job. If the person was doing their job correctly, they wouldn't need their job saved.
Exactly. And there you go, which makes perfect sense and gives good advice to everyone. So, it's interesting to say, okay, the Better Business Bureau is, obviously it's a place that you can resolve complaints, but that's really only a small segment of what the BBB really does. And if you're a business owner listening to this show right now, Melanie, tell everyone, the other benefits that we have.
So what we're trying to do is that our brand, the BBB, has a name recognition very similar, not quite as prominent as Coca-Cola, but it is in the top 25. So when you associate with the Better Business Bureau and you look at our tagline of Start with Trust, your company's been given kind of an oomph or a leg up a little bit to say, hey, we're going to abide by these 8 standards of trust. Build trust, advertise honestly, those type of things, embody integrity. When you're looking at those standards and you're part of our partnership, your company kind of gets that, that rise, and now you can talk about what you do and how you do it. So as I mentioned earlier, sometimes when what you do and what you do, it doesn't go as well. We just finished a visit with a company that had a pattern of complaints. And the main reason is that they grew 300%. They just didn't have the infrastructure to keep up with it. So we're coming alongside them, trying to partner with them, and then also educating those customers that may be coming to complain, have you done this? Because as we mentioned before, the power of the keyboard is a little bit crazy. So sometimes we need to just make sure that the customer is done good by the business, that they've tried to work with the business to resolve their issue. If they have not and they've just come to us to bluster, we're going to try to resolve it, of course, but we're also going to make sure that the business is aware, because when we're talking about complaints, I would have to say on an average month, 15 to 20% of the complaints that come into the Better Business Bureau are not related to that business.
Yeah, I was going to say there's got to be some misinformation or items like that. And I think you're right.
Customer reviews. How many reviews go up on Google and Yelp that are not verified? If a review comes into the Better Business Bureau, we're sending that to the business before we publish it to make sure that there's actually a marketplace transaction. Now, what's that mean? It means that you actually either signed a contract, gave the company your credit card, there was some kind of exchange of goods and services. If it was just, I came out there, I gave you a bid, and I think you're a shyster, I'm sorry, I'm not going to publish that because you have no proof to me. So, and speaking of proof, when there is a complaint, we are asking for proof from the customer. How did the customer do business with you? Is there a receipt? Is there a contract? We also do mediation arbitration. So let's say on the worst case scenario, whatever reason, the business and the consumer can't seem to get to the middle. We do offer low cost or no cost mediation arbitration services.
Right.
And we also bring in industry experts. We also do what we call lemon law or Autoline mediation arbitration for those who have car issues that the dealer just can't fix.
Well, there you go.
And we bring in industry experts. We bring in engineers from the big three that will go for ride-alongs and check out your vehicle and do all the stuff that we could benefit not only the consumer, but it also helps out the car company because from time to time, there's things that go wrong that they didn't anticipate.
No, I get it. Yeah. I get it. Well, there you have it. So, Melanie, that's a good part of our conversation that we're going to have on the webinar June 16th at 10 a.m. So we have to go to a break. I wanted to thank you for calling in, and I will definitely see you Wednesday, and we will chat, and we'll get this done. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling, Melanie. We're going to take a quick break. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. So far, it's been a great Saturday. It can only get better from here, I'm thinking. Of course it is. Anyways, we have Father's Day's coming up, and I'm excited because for me, Father's Day is an indication of barbecue and outdoor cooking and outdoor living and staycationing and everything fun when it comes to accessories and grilling and outdoor living around your house. So joining me on the Hire It Done Radio Network right now is Matt Bullier from Bullier's Barbecue in Royal Oak. And then you have one on the east side too, don't you, Matt?
There's a store in Macomb and Clinton Township.
Oh, even better. I love it. Well, welcome back on the show, Matt. How you doing?
Good to hear from you.
Awesome. So we got Father's Day coming up, and everyone's always like, I got to get a gift this year. I got to find something to do. Well, if it's not like a bingo, Target, how would I say, gold mine, everyone, if you're thinking about getting a barbecue or you're thinking about getting a Father's Day gift, you got to go to Bullier's. So, Matt, tell the audience a little bit about Bullier's, and then we'll get into all the great gifts that people can get.
We are in Royal Oak, Michigan. We have one of the largest stores. It's 8,000 square feet. I've been there for 21. This will be our 22nd grilling season, actually. Came from a family business of multiple stores, so I've actually been in it even longer than that. And so we decided that we would build the largest store we could and put everything you could ever think of about barbecue and outdoor living in it.
Well, there you have it. So that, and by the way, for anyone out there, they're right on Woodward across from the old Art Van. It's like Normandy in Woodward. And I got to be honest with you, you walk into there and it's like a toy store for men. You know what I'm saying? It's like the greatest, every gadget that you can imagine for your grill and every grill, everything is there. So it's Father's Day coming up. I highly encourage people to go check them out. Matt, let's talk about some of the gift ideas or some of the items that you have in your store.
Sure. We have everything you could think of. So, every year I'm a dad and I get like a T-shirt or a tie or whatever, and I would rather get something that I'm going to use. And so when you have like access to every single kind of a grilling accessory, we're really surprised every year, like how are people struggling to find a gift when we have a whole store full of them.
Well, out of sight, out of mind. That's why we're here today, to remind everyone to get over to your store to get this. So let's talk about barbecue in general over the last 10 years. I think barbecue has exploded. Some of the new franchises you see in foods, barbecue restaurants. You see TV shows. It used to be for me, it was all the home improvement shows, but now there's all these cooking shows and barbecue shows, and everyone wants to smoke a brisket. You guys have all the products that will take you from A to Z doing that. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is true. I mean, people used to just put some burgers on the grill, and that was about it. But it is with the cooking show showing people how to do it, and the number of cooking shows on all the networks, it has really expanded, and the technology and how you do it, and people want to learn more.
So someone comes into Bullier's and looks at barbecues. Is there a first question you ask them? Is it like gas or charcoal, or how does that conversation go?
Typically, are they looking for just a barbecue that they're going to use every single day for everything, or are they looking for that secondary type of grill? Because that usually directs you whether you're going into like smokers or whether you're going to like a normal gas barbecue. And then, of course, you have to ask them, are you using propane or natural gas?
And by the way, is there a difference between propane and natural gas as far as the taste of the food, or is it just for heating?
Identical. It's just whether you feel like going to get a tank or whether you have access to hook it to your house so you never have to go get a tank again.
Yeah, that's the convenience. You can hire that done, I tell you right now.
Yeah, we have the gas line people that will come out and put the line in so you don't have to do the tank. So, yes.
I love that. Okay, so what's trending right now for you guys? Like if someone's coming in right now, like amongst your customers, are they buying a smoker? Are they buying a new grill? Are they repairing the old grill? Are they buying accessories? Where do you see the breakdown in what people are buying?
The specialty second grill, like a ceramic grill or a pellet grill or even a pizza oven type grills, is probably about 30% of the sales right now. there's still at this time of year you're selling a lot of, hey, my grill's broke down and I've had it for so many years. You still get some of that, and then when I look over all the tickets, a lot of accessories. People come in, and they usually do come in and they get like 3 or 4 different things. They'll grab a rub, they'll grab a spatula or some type of grilling griddle, or a thermometer.
I love that. I love that. So okay, so let's go one thing at a time. So here we have Father's Day, right? I guarantee you, there's everything in there for it. You will never go to Burlier's and not leave without buying something for Father's Day. There's no question about it. I spent a good hour and a half there the other day with your staff going over items, and I got to be honest with you, the knowledge of your staff, by the way, is so good. People are so sensitive today about customer service and this and that. Your people, high five to you, Matt, and the way your staff is. Literally super knowledgeable on everything. And the way they're so friendly, anyone out there thinking about barbecue, you don't know the questions to ask, they'll walk you through it. It's that simple. So which is really a good thing. So someone says, all right, I need a new grill. They're coming in. There's so many brands. You guys sell good, better, best. Is that the best way to say it? Like you have every budget, every style for every budget?
Yeah, we try to have all three, so try to have one that's a little bit more affordable, one that's really durable, a Chevy, and then we usually have the big Cadillac higher end units also.
What about those big egg Komodo style ones? You have all those, right?
Yeah, we carry Komodo Joe, which is a ceramic grill, and it, normally those are really hard to kind of open, and they put a spring-assisted lift on it. You can open it with your pinky.
Oh, so they're like the leader in that. That's kind of cool. So if anybody's thinking about, okay, grilling supplies, you guys have every supply. And when you say you got like even rubs, like barbecue rubs, you have the seasonings, you got all that, all the way to the accessories for everything. Isn't that correct?
We have a full line, probably about 60 different rubs, sauces. What we do is if a brand offers it, like a big brand like Traeger, we'll get it. But then we also carry a lot of specialty rubs from award-winning barbecue teams that compete throughout the country.
Oh, I love that. So you guys get a little bit of everything. So you've got, and if someone wants to just buy charcoal or, it's an apple wood smoked, it's an oak, it's a hickory, you guys sell all the wood as well.
We sell, one of the few things that I don't think a lot of stores do is we have the wood chunks of like every major tree type there ever was. So apple, hickory, even the weird ones that nobody else carries. We got orange trees and grape trees. So if someone had a special recipe of something that they saw online that hey, I heard about this, we would have it either in pellets for a pellet smoker or the same woods in actual chunks and logs.
Okay, someone on the chat asked about gas lines for the grill. If they buy a grill from you, they want to do natural gas, but they don't have the line in. Can you guys advise them or help them get that done?
Absolutely. We have a gas contractor. He's a mechanical licensed contractors that come out, and they will, you tell them where you want it. They'll look over the job and say, yes, this is where the line goes. They'll run the line out there and hook it all up for you.
That's amazing. We're talking with Matt Boulier from Boulier's Barbecue and Fireplace. And by the way, we haven't even talked about fireplaces. When it comes time for that, we're going to have a whole fireplace bonanza going on with you. But we're talking about gift-giving ideas for Father's Day, which is coming up. Another thing is smokers. You said the name Traeger. You sell the brand Traeger?
Yeah, we are a platinum Traeger dealer.
And so if someone doesn't know anything about smoking meats, they see it on TV, they watch it on YouTube, they can actually come to your store, pick up a basic kit, and they can leave with everything necessary to smoke their first brisket. Is that easy to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. And then I noticed that there's what they call wood pellets. Can someone buy all that from you?
We carry not just one brand of pellets. We actually carry five different brands of pellets. So, and then they'll make them in every kind of wood flavor. So there's hickory, oak, and you name it, we have it.
I love that. Well, that's cool.
Bags. You can get 40 pounders. We've got a guy from Michigan that makes them special here, right from Michigan trees, and all the way up to the normal Traeger pellets.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, so I have a grill. It's older. It's ready to retire, but I think I can get it. I could sneak one season out of it, but I really need to like clean it. Really, I need a good clean. It needs a good scrape. I've been through the wire scrapers, the ones that look like pumice. Matt, I want to ask you, what do we need to do a proper cleaning of a grill? And I've heard some steam cleaning issues and things like that. But before you answer, Matt, I'm going to put you on hold because we have to take a quick break. But I want to answer that when we come back, and then I want to talk about trends in grilling and a lot more accessories when we come back. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We got Matt Brouillard from Brouillard's Barbecue. BrouillardBarbecue.com is the website. Keep it locked in, folks. We're going to have more barbecue talk when we come back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. On the phone is Matt Bullier from Bullier's Barbecue. We're talking about Father's Day gifts and accessories for your house. Welcome back, Matt.
Hey, thank you.
So, Matt, we were talking about, grills and accessories and brands. You've got everything under your roof. Let's talk about trends in grilling, because obviously the barbecue business, I think the pandemic also spurred sales as well for you guys. Am I right by saying that?
It actually helped because everybody was stuck at home, and so they had to cook their own meals and not go out to restaurants.
There you go. And I don't mind. Listen, when I was at home, I learned how to make a pizza bagel that was like award-winning, and then I made a Martha Stewart meatloaf. Like literally, I should become a chef. That's how confident I am. But I'm going to be transitioning to the pizza business of homemade pizza soon, and I'm super, super excited because I'm going to have a pizza party, and of course, everyone from Bullier's is going to be invited. So let's talk about trends in grilling for people. What do we have in trends? Do you have any insight on that?
Well, when you cooking your food, it's got to be done to a specific temperature. So instant read thermometers are big, and in that game, it's what can read it the fastest. So you want something, because you're going to be sticking your hand over the grill into the food, so you need something that reads it very quickly, 2 to 3 seconds, and get that temperature, because if you have to put your hand in there for a long time, you're going to wind up losing all the hair on your knuckles. And so we have different brands that the better they are, the nicer they are, the faster they read. You can even use a gun, but that will only tell you the temperature of like inside the product. But the instant read thermometers are very popular, so people know when to pull the food. And then some people just get a side table Wi-Fi monitor. They've got little digital boards with these stainless steel cords. You plug them into the food, you plug them into the grill, and it will tell you how as it progresses. Instead of having to constantly stick your hand in there, you can just watch it get warmer.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So smart,
you can pull it. Right?
Smart home technology meets the barbecue. And by the way, obviously someone can come to Bullier's and buy that, right?
Yes, we have we have good, better, best in there. We have like ones that are just, you have to walk up and look at it. We got ones you can walk around on your belt clip. And then we have the fanciest, newer Wi-Fi stuff that you can just watch it on your phone.
That's I love that. So, and those make great gifts. Is there when you say good, better, best for the thermometers, just real quick, is there like a price range you can quote me real quick?
Thermometers start off at like probably $15 and go all the way up to about $300 for like the self-monitoring Wi-Fi systems.
Oh, wow. That's cool. What other trends we have in grilling? I heard about rotisseries. Is that still a big thing?
Rotisserie, there's a certain percentage of the market that like to do rotisserie, and it's more of a passive event, so it's something you do on the weekend. You're probably not coming home from work and then starting a rotisserie. That's your weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Throw some chickens, throw something into the baskets. And now, so instead of just trying to balance it on the spit, you can get yourself a basket that'll hold the food, and so it stays in there a little nicer. We got the twine you can tie stuff on if it's won't fit in the basket. And then you can even do kebabs on there, so you don't have to flip your kebabs on the grate. They actually put them on the rotisserie.
That's super cool. So yeah, so instead of going to Costco picking up a chicken, you can do your own. I like that. I love that. Now, here's something that I noticed as well is as people decided, all right, we're going to stay home, we're going to barbecue, we're going to upgrade our barbecues. The outdoor living or the staycation part of all that. Outdoor heaters, infrared gas. You guys have that as well, don't you?
The dome heaters are back. So during the pandemic, all the restaurants and people had to create quickly a outdoor seating arrangement areas. They bought up most of the heaters, so they became impossible to get last fall. Luckily, over the winter, the brands built up, and now you can get them. We have dome heaters. We have, like, the wall plaque heaters, every type of heater that will project heat down to your space, so electric and gas. So when it gets a little cooler out there, you can turn that on and keep staying outside.
Interesting. Well, that's cool. So as we know, the trend is outdoor entertaining and outdoor kitchens. If somebody's out there right now thinking about putting together an outdoor kitchen, designing it, I highly recommend they go visit Bullier's because Seriously, like in a kitchen, we always say we design the kitchen around the appliances. Same thing with an outdoor kitchen and outdoor entertainment. You got to design it around your equipment. You guys sell a complete outdoor kitchen process, right?
We show a large kitchen with almost every type of accessory in there, and then we sell like every version, whether you want refrigeration, even an ice maker, sinks, warming drawers, pizza ovens that build into the kitchen itself. We have it all, and we kind of display it all, so you can kind of like, some people just want a smaller one, but you could build up to like a 30-foot kitchen with everything you could think of in it.
That's awesome. And so if someone comes to your place, and I already know the answer to this, but if they need help designing, or if they need help accessorizing, or getting advice on something that, like, okay, you got to start with just this, and then you can build upon it over time, your staff is completely equipped, knowledgeable, and ready and able to help everyone. Is that correct?
Yes. Plus, we also can have someone come out to the house and look at the job site, and then they will figure out the exact amount of space you have and where you're trying to put it. And if you need any structure like concrete below, or if it's going to fit on a deck, and they will help you design. And then sometimes it gets tailored up, and sometimes it gets tailored down based on where you want to put it.
That's cool. So if someone comes in this weekend and says, all right, I got to buy a new barbecue. I heard it. I'm hungry. I want a smoker. I'm getting all this stuff. Does a barbecue come pre-assembled? What's the process if someone buys it? What are the choices? Can you tell me that real quick?
So, I mean, we can do anything they want. They can take it in a box. We can deliver it in a box like you would get online. But what people usually like to take us up on is the assembly delivery, and we send two guys out, and we put it where you want it on your patio, haul your old grill away, give you a quick demo on how, the important things like where the grease drawer is and your maintenance, and where the batteries and things like that are.
Have you seen those new flat tops that you see like all over the place that people are making outdoor, like bacon and sliders? And I know you guys have a lot. Are those selling?
Griddles became one of the new hot things. Everyone likes they've heard of these flat top griddles where you can cook on a flat top griddle. And we carry them all the way down to like a portable one you could take to like a tailgate, up to the little bit larger ones. And then they even make a built-in kitchen unit. So if you build a kitchen, you may want a grill, and then you have a griddle. That's
so cool. So what's the most expensive grill? Is there one is there like a Rolls-Royce grill?
The Rolls-Royce grill, I guess if someone said that to me, I would tell them that it's the Heston. Heston Grills is out of California, and they build a designer grill. It is a ultra high-end grill, but the one cool thing they did for designers is you can make it different colors. It's just not a stainless steel grill. They got 10 different colors. They got everything from black to like orange and yellows.
Oh, wow.
You name it, a whole spectrum. You could make a Michigan State grill if you want, with green and white base, or a U of M one, or maize and blue.
Well, the green and white one's much better than the maize and blue one, of course.
Depends on where you went. I get arguments from both.
Wow, you have the Central Michigan one, I think. I remember. No, what was your daughter? Where did your daughter go to college?
She went to CMU, so did I.
Yeah, okay.
Her mom could ship too, so.
There you have it. Well, there you go. All right, so we got Matt Bullier from Bullier's Barbecue. Give everyone the phone number to call and the location if they're looking to get Father's Day gifts.
It's 248-582-1084.
You guys are located, you're open today, right?
Yeah, we're open today.
You're on Woodward at 13 and a half, or on Normandy, right?
Yes, right on the east side of the street.
And there's plenty of parking. I highly urge everyone to go visit Bullier's and check it out. Matt, I want to thank you for calling in today. I'm super excited. You got everything there, and I appreciate it. And by the way, we're going to have you on again real shortly, because this is just too good, this information. I love it. And say hi to your whole crew, will you?
All right, I will. Thank you very much for having me on.
All right, awesome. Thanks for calling. So, folks, you need a gift? You need a Father's Day gift? Rock and roll. Bullier's, okay? They're on Woodward. It's 13 and a half, which is Normandy. The address is 32128 Woodward. Just type in Bullier, Bourlier, barbecue.com, and you can rock it out with them. So, literally super cool. I love barbecuing. It's one of the things that I get all excited about. So, if you're like me, yeah. And I actually have to go there anyways to get some grill cleaner. Forgot about that. Got to clean my grill. He's got everything there. But hey, Father's Day. Don't forget, get it done. So if you need a contractor, you're thinking of an outdoor kitchen, you want to get bulliers out there, you want to get it done right, it's pretty simple. Visit them. Go to hireitdone.com. You can always ask me questions. Adam at hireitdone.com is my email. So we always want that to happen as well. Yeah, I grill. But you know how that goes. All right, well, listen, have an awesome weekend. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and I will be back next week. Have an awesome. Take care.